here to report our topic, which is intersubjectivity. For you, what is intersubjectivity? Well, intersubjectivity refers to the experience and meanings of interhuman encounter. Our social existence has now to be defined in a much broader. Subjectivity opens up to the nature of commitment, the value of others, and the reality of love as a higher form of recognition. Stop. It refers to shared meanings constructed by people in their interactions with each other. Intersubjectivity is a philosophical concept of the interaction between the self and the other. It is a mutual recognition of each other as a persons. In this lesson, you will study the idea of intersubjectivity and learn how the interhuman unfolds. You will also investigate the concepts of the difference in the area of human sociality and the notion of responsibility for the other.
Interhuman relations speak of two beings in that ideal relation. In an ideal relation, one hopes to make the other complete in contrast. In an ideal relation, things are of value completed because of the purpose that they put into them. And it in relation is purely empirical. Things do not have intrinsic moral worth. Person precisely as human cannot live in this world on the basis of instrumentality. Person must always go beyond being functional. The relation between two people who value each other cannot be objectified. Also, interhuman involves relating to others as a partners in living intersubjective event, bringing about a context where ideal relationship may emerge by Buber on 1966. Martin Buber writes that the essential problem of the sphere of the interhuman is the duality of being and seeing. Buber explains that the reality of human existence proceeds from two things, that one reality is what one wishes to see in the first instance. There exists the personal way of dealing with others on the basis of who the individual is, one that without the other's reservation. Such type of the relation is spontaneous in the contrast, concern for the one's image or appearance. For Buber, persons are processors of value. To precise, the human person is a value in itself. For his reason, to love a human being is to value the human being in his or being. It is through the love for the other that the self becomes complete. In this sense, intersubjectivity is a creative type of relation. It does not dominate.
And moral responsibility. Intersubjectivity finds itself intertwined in social and political relations. Our social existence is grounded in a basic idea of mutuality. The purpose of society is the realization of that moral idea in which each human being is fully respected and is able to realize most fully and in complete way the basic meaning of his humanity. Between morals and responsibilities. Ethics refers to a set of moral principles and values that guide human conduct, while responsibility refers to the obligation to act or be accountable for one's actions. This article aims to explore the relationship between ethics and responsibility and the challenges that arise in balancing these two concepts. The politics of recognition. Charles Taylor said that the basic idea of democracy has ushered in a politics of equal recognition
which has taken various forms over the years and has now returned in the forms of demands for the equal status of cultures and genders. Marian Young explains in her essay, The Five Phases of Oppression, that basically oppressed human beings unjustly suffered some inhibition in their ability to develop and exercise their capacities and express their needs, thoughts, and feelings.
So let's talk about responsibility for the other. Emmanuel Levinas accuses the whole of Western philosophy as a form of egology. By egology, he means that metaphysics is simply concerned with the ego or self. It totalized, Levinas says, the other. Leovino Garcia explains that in the thought of Levinas, the term totality refers to a fundamental perspective wherein the I is at the center. In this attitude or perspective, the I reduces the other or itself. I know all of us wonder if who is Emmanuel Levinas. So according to my research, Emmanuel Levinas was a French philosopher of Lithuanian Jewish ancestry who is known for his work within Jewish philosophy, existentialism, and phenomenology, focusing on the relationship of ethics to metaphysics and ontology. What is egology? Egology is a philosophical analysis, conception, or theory of a specific being, a person. This notion was introduced by Edmond Husserl. But retrospectively, the problematics of egology is manifest throughout the history of Western philosophy. Egology meaning uncountable. Let us now continue to our topic. Garcia argues that the egocentrism of the Western civilization finds its theoretical expression in Western philosophy, from Parmenides to Hegel and even in Husserl. What this means is that the self, as elaborated by philosophy, in the West is at the center of everything. The end result is a perceived superiority of Western thought. In our present social order, the other is the powerless who is under the dominion of the self. Our society forgets the people in the margins because they are weak. Garcia explains that the other is primarily experienced as one who addresses me, as a face who looks at me and speaks to me. In contrast with objects, the eye does not give the face its meaning. The other's face rejects characterization. According to Garcia, the self's moral responsibility for the other is concrete because the other, the face, is concrete. It is what defines us and determines for us the quality of our choices, but it is one that is above any norm or standardization. Levinas reminds us that the responsibility for the other is a movement from a home that we inhabit toward the place which is an alien outside of oneself toward a yonder.